it's Brindley, and I'm a little late today. I know, I'm sorry. Talk about accountability. So just so that you guys know, I was actually at bar class, and that's why I'm late, because I committed to doing bar and for my fitness goals. So real life story, that's why I'm late. And so it kind of goes along with what I want to talk about today. When I started this journey early on, I remember having a really, really hard day. And, now I look back and like they were first world problems, right? Yet I was so overwhelmed. I had all this going on. I didn't know like what I was going to do or where like to even begin. And I just said, SHIT is hitting the fan. I was like, stuff's hitting the fan. And somebody looked at me and they said, you know what you can do when SHIT hits the fan? And I said, what? And she goes, turn off the fan. And it was like this aha moment, as silly as it sounds, that was like, oh yeah, I have control of the light switch, right? Like I can turn the fan on and off. And if I turn it off, everything stops spraying everywhere, right? And then it's just stuff. It's just stuff that I have to deal with. Yet what that also forces me to do is to stop, slow down long enough to be able to get my stuff in order to proceed. And so I wanted to talk about that today because most of the time, if not 9 out of 10 times, the reason that we feel overwhelmed or that all the stuff is hitting the fan is because we aren't in alignment with our priorities, meaning that our priorities are not in alignment. Either they're not in alignment with who we are and our true self and where we want to go, or they're not in alignment with maybe our supervisor or our leader and where they want to go, or as business owners, our priorities may not be in alignment with our mission, vision, and values. And so turning off the fan, right, is an analogy for pausing and getting your priorities into place. And so something that I do and that I've learned that really helps me, and we've talked about this before, and yet I think it's such an important reminder, especially with as busy as everyone is, right? Like we all thought everything was going to slow down, and it just seems like life is busier now, right? Our businesses, a lot of us they did not slow down like we anticipated, yet we cut a lot of our leverage, right? And we're still moving at the same pace with less help. Some of us are moms and dads that are putting kids through homeschool and having to focus on that and business and work. And so there's still a lot going on. So the first step is to go ahead and just brain dump everything on a piece of paper. Hi, Christina. Yes, totally, right? You know what this world is like. So take a blank piece of paper and a pen. Don't take a computer and a typewriter or a typewriter. Who says typewriter? Don't take a computer and a keyboard. Take a piece of paper and a pen, and I want you to just brain dump everything. Everything that's going on up in here, and it can be personal, it can be professional, everything that you need to do, I just want you to dump it on a piece of paper. And that's all I want you to do first. Once you get it all on paper, then I want you to go back and I want you to put it in order of priority. So rank it in what the most important thing that you need to do first and put it all in order of priority. Then, once you've put it in order of priority, now I want you to start at the top of the list. So start at number 1, and I want you to ask yourself, is this a daily task, a weekly task, a monthly task? Is it bi-weekly? Is it bi-monthly? Do I need to do it twice a day, once a day? What does that look like? And I want you to write, if it's twice a day, then I want you to write 2 times D, right, for twice a day. And then I want you to ask yourself, okay, if I have to do it twice a day, how long do I need to take to do that task? And so if it's 30 minutes, okay, great, I need to do it twice a day for 30 minutes, then write 2 times D for day, 30 minutes each. And do that for every single item. So by the end of it, you'll have a list that either you'll have 2 times D, 1 times W for once a week, 1 times M for once a month, and you'll know exactly how many times you need to do it and how long it's going to take you. Now, a lot of you that are in real estate or have worked with me in the past know what I'm going to say next, and that's that your calendar is what's going to dictate your time. I've studied a lot around Bill Gates and Warren Buffett when it comes to time. They're pretty wealthy men, right? And my very good friend Ben Kenny told me once that the only thing that or the one thing I should say, not the only, but the one thing that I have in common with Bill Gates and Warren Buffett is that they have the same 24 hours that I do. The difference is how I choose to use my 24 hours versus how they choose to use theirs. So if you're not using a calendar, how are you monitoring and keeping track of where your time is going? Time is the only resource in the world that you can't buy more of. Nobody can, not even Warren Buffett or Bill Gates, and they can buy everything. So if you're not using a calendar to structure and organize your time, then you're most likely wasting time. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take the time and day that you blocked, and now you're going to go to your calendar and you're going to say, okay, if I said I was going to do this task for 30 minutes 2 times a day, then I'm going to go to my calendar and I'm going to block 2 30-minute times during the day to do that task, and then I'm going to cross it off. And then I'm going to go to number 2, and I'm going to go to number 3, and I'm going to work in order of priority. I guarantee you, usually right around either the prioritization or putting the day in times, you're going to start to feel less overwhelmed. And now you're going to have clarity. And what you're going to realize is that all that stuff that when the fan was on was going everywhere and was crazy, when you shut off the fan and you get focused and you get organized and you stop everything from spraying everywhere, you realize that you don't have nearly as much as you thought on your plate. There's not nearly as much stuff. I did that this weekend. I was feeling overwhelmed. I use Trello as a system that I use to put all my priorities in order, because I can send emails directly to Trello, and then I just move things around in order of priority. And I have a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday card, if you know Trello, and then I move my tasks under Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like this is what I need to do. And when I realized, I was like, oh, wow. Like what I thought was going to be a whole weekend of work, really the priorities could be done in a day, and then I was able to enjoy the rest of my weekend. So moral of the story is, when the shit hits the fan, and yes, I said the real word, I'll donate to whoever I need to donate to, you just turn off the fan. And turning off the fan means taking time to pause, write down your priorities, put them in order, put how much time they're going to take you, and then go find time on your calendar to get them done. So thank you guys. We will see you next week. I hope you have a beautiful Monday. Bye.